Well, it's Friday the 30th of April. We ended up getting a B&B for 2 nights at the Pond Nursery in Sidlesham for £20 per person per night. Not a bad place and conveniently close to Ron's smallholding. We drove to the Crab and Lobster in the village and had a nice dinner. Ron came by later with friends Rose and Annette for a drink. By the way, this is how Sidlesham looked in 1955. And this is how Sidlesham looked 44 years later. Not a lot different. On Saturday morning we had a nice walk around the Sidlesham Nature Reserve before going to Ron's. After saying hello to the animals, we drove into Chichester and had lunch at the Richmond Arms near the Canal Basin. The Chichester Canal Society offers trips along the 2 miles of the navigable waters aboard Egremont, a 12-seater trip boat. Anyway, Pat prepared for our cruise by buying a Chichester Canal sweatshirt, and I signed us up as members of the Canal Society. By 1 o'clock we were ready to explore one more canal aboard Egremont, and look who's at the helm. The canal and towpath are well maintained and there was plenty of bird life for us to watch. Not a very good shot of a moorhen with her chicks. The basin is located near the town centre, and immediately after we left we passed the relocated Ponce Swing Bridge. Originally this was about 1.25 miles along the canal at Hunstanton, where the long vanished Portsmouth and Arundel Canal joined the Chichester. About 3/4 of a mile beyond Hunstanton we reached the end of the navigable waters at Donington. At this point the canal is culverted under the B2201 road. There are plans to restore the remaining 2 miles to the yacht basin at Birdham. Ron really enjoyed the trip. Even though he's lived just a few yards from the canal for about 40 years, I don't think he's ever been along it. On approaching the basin on our return journey, we had a nice view of Chichester Cathedral in the distance. It's easy to appreciate why this canal was, and still is, popular with artists, including the famous 18th century landscape painter Joseph M. W. Turner. In the afternoon we drove to Birdham and walked around the harbour, and we visited parts of the non-navigable section of the canal, including its locks. Just beyond this lock there are a number of permanent houseboats. I think it goes without saying they're opposed to the plans to restore the canal. We went for another walk around the pretty little village of Sidlesham on Sunday morning, and afterwards we went to Hunstanton churchyard and planted a geranium on Mum and Dad's gravesite. Before hitting the road to Olive and Len's, we stopped off to say goodbye to Ron. We spent the next 3 days at 16 Norhedge Lane. Len drove us to Heathrow on Wednesday morning to catch our flight home. We arrived in Reno at 5 p.m. Yvonne, Billy, Alex, Sammy and Ray Ray were at the gate to meet us.